Hello everyone, my name is Rich Drosty from Holt Management and Consulting. We are certified advisors of the Value Builder system. The system allows us to assess the condition of a business much faster and cheaper than our previous assessment process, thus providing us with a better method of identifying the problem areas of the business and prioritizing them accordingly. The Value Builder system was originally developed by a mergers and acquisitions expert to evaluate the sellability of a company. Since then, it has been adopted by consultants and advisors to assess the value, sustainability, risk, and general health of a business. Over the years, the system has compiled data from over 30,000 mergers and acquisitions of small to mid-sized companies and plugged that data into a quantitative algorithm that calculates a Value Builder score from 0 to 100 based on the answers provided in a questionnaire. The Value Builder questionnaire is phase 1 of the Value Builder system. Taking the questionnaire and getting your score is similar to having a lab test done by your doctor. Just as a lab test evaluates your physical health based on how your organs are performing, the Value Builder system evaluates your business health based on the key indicators that determine how your business is performing. Those indicators are called the 8 drivers of company value and sustainability, which Gary touched on earlier and I'll explain further shortly. But first, I'd like to discuss the Value Builder score methodology with you. After you take the Value Builder questionnaire and we compile your data, you will receive a score summary that looks like this. At the top of the summary page is your overall Value Builder score and an indicator of your industry average score for comparison. A business that receives an overall score of 80 or above is considered to be in the highest range of value, essentially meaning that you're taking the right measures to build company value and sustainability. The questionnaire also generates your individual score on each of the 8 drivers of company value and sustainability. These 8 key aspects of a business are what M&A professionals analyze when determining the value of a company or its investment potential. Your performance on each of these drivers has a significant impact on the value and sustainability of your business. Depending on the type of business and industry, each one of these drivers carries a certain amount of weight in regards to assessing value, meaning each potential acquirer or investor may consider some drivers more important than others. For instance, a financial buyer who is strictly interested in your future profits may view your financial performance as being the most important indicator to them. But a strategic buyer who sees your business or products as a way to break into other markets may view monopoly control as being more important. But in general, your score on each of these drivers is very important. So the more you can do to improve them, the higher your overall score will be. So I'll briefly explain each of the 8 drivers. The first value driver is financial performance. Financial performance is defined as your history of producing revenue and profit combined with the professionalism of your record keeping. A financial acquirer sees buying a business as paying today for a stream of profits in the future, which is why companies are generally bought and sold using a multiple of earnings. Financial buyers will typically value your next year's profit and all expected profits in the near future. For every year they must wait to get their profits, they'll discount the future profit you're projecting by the rate of return they expect. For example, if you project your company will generate $1 million of pre-tax profit per year for the next 10 years, financial buyers would discount that $1 million by 15% for each year they have to wait for their money. So they would only pay $869,565 today for $1 million of profit a year from now. So the present value of your company to them would be around $5,018,770. Now, if they view your business as being a risky investment, they may discount it to 50%, meaning they would only pay $666,670 today for the same $1 million of profit expected a year from now. Therefore, the present value of your business would only be $1,965,320 to them. That's over $3 million difference in valuation. This is a dramatic illustration of why your ability to prove your financial performance is so important. Now, growth potential is defined as your likelihood to grow your business in the future and at what rate. Acquirers typically pay the most for businesses with the potential to grow. In rare cases, an acquiring company may even buy a business that scores high on growth potential but low on other attributes, because they see a way to leverage some of their own assets to help the business grow much more quickly than it could under its current owner. This type of transaction is known as a strategic sale. Your score on growth potential reflects the ability of your business to grow in the future by selling more to your existing customers or by acquiring new customers quickly. To understand the relationship between growth potential and value, imagine that instead of generating a flat $1 million in profit for the next 10 years, you expect profits to grow by 20% each year in the future. The business expecting a 20% growth rate over the next 10 years is worth more than double the business that expects its revenue to remain flat. The third value driver is called a Switzerland structure. Switzerland structure is how dependent your business is on any one employee, customer, or supplier. The name was inspired by Switzerland's focus on neutrality. A sellable business cannot be overly reliant on any one customer, employee, or supplier. You need to consider the impact of the Switzerland structure in all areas of your business. For instance, in your supply chain, if your business is dependent on one or two key suppliers, it puts you at their mercy. In your organizational structure, if you're too reliant on any one employee, you're at significant risk if that employee decides to leave, and you're also at a disadvantage when it comes to negotiating his or her salary. In your customer base, if you're too dependent on any one customer, your business will be highly unstable. Try to work your customer concentration down to where your largest customer represents no more than 15% of your revenue. The valuation teeter-totter reflects how your cash flow, gross margin, and profitability impact your business value. Imagine a playground teeter-totter that you can only move in one or two directions. When one end goes down, the other end must go up. The same is true of the value of your company as it relates to your cash flow. The more cash an acquirer must inject into your company when taking it over, the less they will pay for it. The inverse is also true. The less cash a buyer must deposit into your business, the more they will pay for it. Your goal should be to create a business that accumulates cash as it grows. One way to do this is to create a positive cash flow cycle by getting customers to pay you sooner while you lengthen the time it takes you to pay your expenses. In addition to maximizing your overall profitability, having money in the bank makes running your business much more enjoyable. The fifth value driver is recurring revenue. Recurring revenue is a proportion and quality of automatic annuity-based revenue you collect each month. One of the biggest factors in determining the value of your company is the extent to which an acquirer can see where your sales will come from in the future. If you're in a business that must start from scratch each month, the value of your company will be lower than if you can pinpoint the source of your revenue in the future. A recurring revenue stream acts like a powerful pair of binoculars for you to see months, even years, into the future. So creating an annuity stream is the best way to increase the value of your business. The ideal recurring revenue streams are automatic renewal subscriptions or contracts the customer must cancel out of. Monopoly control is how well differentiated your business is from competitors in your industry. Warren Buffett is famous for investing in companies with a protective moat around them. The deeper and wider the moat, the harder it is for competitors to compete. In addition, a lasting competitive advantage also gives an owner more control over pricing, which increases both profitability and cash flow. Differentiation means being unique and meaningful. Virtually all businesses become commoditized at some point. To combat this, think less about how to compete on price and more about what differentiates your business from your competitors. If you're not sure what your point of differentiation could be, focus on finding something that is both unique and meaningful to customers and stake a claim to it. The seventh value driver is customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is the likelihood that your customers will repurchase from you and also refer you to others. This attribute measures both the extent to which your customers are satisfied and your ability to assess customer satisfaction in a consistent and rigorous way, which is very important to acquirers. Most business owners have a pretty good idea how satisfied their customers are, but as their companies grow, they lose touch with their customers. So being able to objectively measure the satisfaction level of your customers is essential to maintaining their loyalty. While many businesses use some sort of customer satisfaction survey, most of them do a pretty poor job of predicting the likelihood that a customer will either repurchase from you or refer your company to someone else. That's why using the Net Promoter Score is recommended. The Net Promoter Score is based around asking customers a single question that is both predictive of repurchase and referral. It simply asks the question on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to refer our company to a friend or colleague? Based on that scale, the Net Promoter Score uses a formula to calculate an overall score from -0 to +100. Any score above 0 is considered good. A score of 50 to 69 is excellent. A score of 70 and over is considered world class. For comparison, companies like Apple, Nordstrom, Costco, and USAA Insurance have world-class scores. The eighth and last value driver is called hub and spoke. The hub and spoke driver is based on how well your business would perform if the owner or CEO were unable to work for 3 months. This factor measures the extent to which your business can thrive without you, the owner. To be valuable to an acquirer, your business must be able to succeed and grow without the owner at the hub of all activities, and your employees are just spokes that can't operate independently of you. Business owners often score low on this attribute because they remain involved in serving customers directly. However, the more customers need you and ask for you personally, the harder it is to grow your business, and in the long run, the less valuable your company will be. We call this situation the owner's trap, and the key to escaping that trap is to remove yourself from the daily operations of the business, and in order to do that, you need to make sure all employees are trained in those systems and tasks required to achieve company goals, develop, monitor, and improve key performance indicators for all functions of the business, develop reporting programs to track employees' performance toward reaching goals, install a problem resolution process to identify and correct variances from goal, utilize remote access technology to enable the owner to conduct business off-site, gradually increase your time away from the business to see how it runs without you. This process essentially allows your employees to replace you, making your company more valuable to potential buyers and eliminating the need for you to go through the painful process of a 3 to 5 year earnout. This graph shows how your Value Builder score translates to purchase offerings of multiples of pre-tax profit. Now, research has proven that each step you take to improving your Value Builder score has a material impact on the value of your business. As I mentioned before, over 30,000 business owners have completed the Value Builder questionnaire, and the average offer they've received was 3.55 times their pre-tax profit. But that varies dramatically when we analyze each performance range. For example, the average multiple offered to companies with a score of less than 50 is only 2.76 times their pre-tax profit. Businesses that score in the 50 to 60 range get average offers of 3.59 times their pre-tax profit. And as you can see, the average multiple received goes up the higher the score. Businesses with a Value Builder score of 80 and above, for example, get an average offer of 6.1 times their pre-tax profit. This translates to a 71% higher purchase offer for the business. Now, this system uses pre-tax profit rather than EBITDA for the sake of accuracy and consistency in the questionnaire calculations. However, if required, the system can be overridden on an individual basis to adjust for EBITDA or other add-backs. To further illustrate how your pre-tax multiple impacts the dollar value of your business, the calculation on top shows that if your Value Builder score was 56 and your business generated $200,000 in pre-tax profit, your offer multiple would be 3.55 times your pre-tax profit based on your score of 56. So 200,000 times 3.55 equates to an estimated value of $710,000 for your business. In comparison, if you took measures to increase your Value Builder score to 80 or above and your pre-tax profit stayed the same, your offer multiple would increase to 6.1 times your pre-tax profit, resulting in an estimated business value of $1.2 million. This equates to $510,000 of additional value at the time of the sale. But this is only possible if the business takes proactive measures to improve their performance long before the owner plans to exit or transition out of the business. So you're probably wondering how we go about improving your Value Builder score. Our system involves a three-step process. The first step is to take the Value Builder questionnaire to get your score. Once we compile your information from the questionnaire, we take that data and generate an assessment dashboard that looks something like this. We begin the process by meeting with you using this dashboard to conduct a full assessment review of your performance on the 8 value drivers. The assessment is the second phase of our consulting process. After the questionnaire, this is where we begin to discover a little bit more about you, and in turn you learn more about us. The assessment process usually gives us both a good indication if we can work together and move on to the next phase of our relationship, or if you'll be able to implement our recommendations on your own using your current resources and capabilities. During the assessment, we will review each of the survey questions you were asked pertaining to each value driver. The questions in the survey are essentially what an acquirer would ask you if they were interested in buying your business. Each value driver has multiple questions and answers that are analyzed by the algorithm that calculates your score. We'll then compare your answers to the ideal responses that would have generated the maximum Value Builder score for that particular driver. In this example, the answer given is highlighted in orange, but the ideal response is highlighted in green. Our ultimate objective is to help you get to where you can select the ideal response for each question, because that's the answer a potential buyer would be looking for, thus maximizing your company's value in that area. Of course, you'll need to back up your responses with verifiable evidence. That's why the systems documentation that Gary spoke about is so important. Essentially, we will get you to see your company from the eyes of a prospective buyer. We'll also work with you to identify the barriers preventing you from reaching your goals and develop a customized set of preliminary action items for you to consider based on our analysis of your business and industry, as well as our own experience working with hundreds of other businesses. We'll work together to identify specific action items that will help drive up your score and ultimately increase your company's value and sustainability when implemented. Assisting business owners in implementing those action items is phase 3 of our consulting process. It also includes developing and utilizing those systems manuals that Gary mentioned earlier, acquiring the help of expert business advisors with experience and knowledge on how to improve and document all your major business systems, will speed up the process of increasing your company's value by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. And as you can see, putting in the required time and effort can provide a substantial return on your investment in a relatively short period of time. So just to recap, the full Value Builder assessment includes up to 2 hours of one-on-one consulting to review the report with you and identify the frustrations and hurdles preventing you from reaching your optimum performance on each of the 8 value drivers. It will also include a final list of actual measures you can take to improve your performance on each of the 8 value drivers, a 27-page custom Value Builder report, your score on each of the 8 value drivers, an estimated range of your company's current value, and an estimate of your company's potential value if you improve your score to 80 or above. It includes a custom timeline that identifies your age and the year you will most likely be able to exit the business, and of course our time to prepare and deliver the assessment. Now today we're offering the full Value Builder assessment to everyone who watched this video for only $695. That's a $200 discount from our regular cost. If you're interested in getting your Value Builder score and learning what you can do to increase the value of your company by up to 71%, visit our website at www.marketingholt.com and click on the link to take the questionnaire. Getting your score is free, confidential, secure, and only takes about 15 minutes. So to summarize a few of the important points of this presentation about why building company value and sustainability is important for business owners, some of the main reasons are to reduce the risk of business failure caused by increasing competition, lack of efficiency and productivity, decreasing profits, and external threats. Because only 20% of businesses that go up for sale will successfully transfer ownership. Because most businesses sell for far less than the owner planned. To understand the current state of your business so you can devise plans to improve the problem areas before it's too late. To receive hundreds of thousands of dollars more for your business because you developed action plans to increase the performance on the 8 value drivers. And because owners that turnkey their business through documented systems, policies, and procedures can create financial security through the benefits of a lifetime annuity. Now that concludes our presentation. We thank you for your valuable time. Please don't forget to get your free Value Builder score at www.marketingholt.com.